We are Steve and Jill.
Together, we've been buying and reselling land since the 90s.
Our data-centric approach leaves our buyers asking, how can you sell it so cheap?
Here on the Land Academy Show,
We answer that and more. I'm Steve and Jack Butala.
And I'm Jill DeWit, and this is the Land Academy Show.
This is episode number 2032, and today I will talk about the difference between funding a land flip deal and a house flip deal. This is one of my favorite topics because there's pros and cons to each, but they're very simple pros and cons, and you probably will choose which one's right for you based on this conversation if you're new.
And we do both. Submit away.
Yep. We do both on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're here.
Wait, what does that mean, both sides?
Sometimes we're the funder.
Oh.
Sometimes we are the person who finds a deal and seeks funding.
Okay.
The theme this week is everything you need to know about funding your land flip or your house flip transaction.
Mm-hmm.
Each day on the show, we answer a question from our Land Academy member Discord forum, and we take a deep dive into a land-related topic by your request. Jill, we have a question.
Yes, we do. So James wrote, a particular zip code in the county that I'm studying has a ratio of 36 properties sold to 25 active or listed.
Very good.
I'm not running any filters other than viewing lots/land over the last 12 months.
Excellent.
Okay. So 12 months, 36 sold, 25 active. Got it. This zip code passes all the red, yellow, green tests. My adjacent zip code has 48 sold and 24 listed/active, and also passes my red, yellow, green test with flying colors. All other factors aside, do these numbers seem too light when testing for reason on particular zip codes?
These numbers seem amazing to me.
Yeah. 2 to 1 is like, ooh. This is my first time getting this far in our analysis process, and I appreciate any feedback from anyone in our channel. Thank you in advance for the pointers.
James, you understand the red, green, yellow test. What you're looking for is 1 to 1. In case number 1, you have 25 over 36. If it were 1 to 1, you would have 25 over 25. Your situation's better. Mm-hmm. Case number 2 is 2 to 1, like Jill said.
Mm-hmm.
Really good. This is a good thing. So what I would do in real life, well, if you had to choose between the two, you would choose number 2. Mm-hmm. In real life, what happens is, and Jill and I always agree on this, just mail them both and knock yourself out. In fact, I would go so far as to say, if these two adjacent zip codes are like this, then what are the other zip codes that are around it? If they're as good or close to performing like that, mail them all. You found yourself a little gem. Great work. I can tell if you understand this and you're asking this level of question and wording it really well like this, you're going to do fantastic in this business.
You got this.
Today's topic, the difference between funding land flip deals and house flip deals. All right, here's the deal. For a week, Jill and I have been saying, let's say we buy a piece of property, a piece of land for $10,000 or $20,000 and sell it for $60,000. We make $50,000 and we split it. I get $25,000 as a funder. You earn your $25,000. You found the deal and closed it, bought it, and sold it. Houses are way more cash intensive. You're going to buy for $300,000 and sell for $400,000. That's a real typical deal for us on both sides, funding and seeking funding. And it's very, very easy, in my opinion, to value and price houses. You know, if every house in the whole subdivision just sold for $425,000 and you're buying this $300,000 house, which you're going to do absolutely nothing to. You're not going to renovate it. You're not going to paint it and carpet it in almost all situations. You're just going to resell it to somebody who's going to go do that. Sell it to somebody who's going to clean it all up, the renovator, we call him. So your buy time and your sell time is typically very quick in that situation. It's usually you put it up for sale, it's under contract in a week, and all cash in and cash out, 30 days. Real simple, very low risk. You have a home inspection. You've got real estate agents that are pounding your door down because they just sold houses across the street or down the block. So buying and selling a house like that is real simple. And we have lenders that understand houses and funders, I should say, not lenders, and they line up. They will line up to make a certain percentage, even if it's 10%. Wouldn't you get 10%? You know, that's the peaches and cream house example. With land, you can make as much money. It's way less cash intensive. But the deals are a little bit more risky because people don't run around buying and selling land all the time. They do run around buying and selling houses.
Well, it's really easy for everyone to say, oh, wow, yeah, of course. Look at every 3-bedroom, 2-bath in this zip code with a carport and no pool, whatever it is. They all go under and built between 1985 and 1995 in this subdivision, all go under contract within 24 hours of being listed. That kind of, you have those kind of real numbers, which is great. So it's very easy for people to sign off on and jump into. And these are some of the things I love about houses. One of the other things I love about houses is I'm often skipping the realtor phase. These acquisitions, when you're in a market like that, that's so hot, that there's, you could drive it yourself or ask somebody to drive it real quick and count the 10 dumpsters in the area, get those guys' phone numbers, and you text them. Not kidding. When you get your asset, the day you close, I wouldn't give it to them ahead of time on this situation. The day I close, though, you better believe I'm texting all 10 of them the address and watch how fast they text me back saying, I'll take it.
There's a real perceived and real different risk scenario. When you're buying and selling houses, there's no real risk, in my opinion. And it's fast. They're very much more difficult to locate. By listening to us here, you might say, well, why don't you guys just buy and sell houses all the time? Fact is, we do. We do buy and sell houses all the time. We just don't talk about it a lot. It's very mechanical and pretty easy. And you're also when you're buying and selling houses, removing your opportunity to hit a home run. So with land, once or twice, Jill and I will buy a property for less than $50,000 and sell it for $200,000 or $300,000 or $400,000. Huge profit margins pretty quickly. So they're different animals from a risk standpoint. One's really cash intensive, buying houses, so it keeps a lot of people out of the business.
True.
But both are good. They're just different. And so submit your deals to us in landfunding.com. And I would encourage you, if you're part of the Land Academy community or in this business at all, to add buying and selling houses to what you're already doing with your land business, especially right now because the market's a little bit down, so to speak. Join us tomorrow where we discuss highlights of using partnership funding for your land and your house flip deals. Essentially, we're going to recap what we talked about this week. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.
We are Jack and Jill.
Information
and inspiration
to buy undervalued property.
We hope you found our content valuable and we appreciate your support. If you have not already, please check out our channel and hit the subscribe button.
And your comments and suggestions help us to create the content you're here for. Hitting the like button helps to support our channel's algorithm and gauge your interest for future shows.